Hey YouTube, how's it going? Retro Dave, Nintendo, back with another video. Hope everyone is well, and I have a large stack variation of pickups to show you today. So yeah, I've done pickups for a few weeks. This stuff is the stuff I mentioned in my last video about 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago. So some of this I've had kind of like since Christmas time, a couple of bits that is, and the rest of it's kind of come from that point onwards. So yeah, it's kind of a few months worth spread out, stuff I've kind of kept back, but yeah, I've got a couple of trade items, or one trade, one thing I bought off another YouTuber, and then stuff I've got from like local and eBay. So yeah, whole mixed bag of stuff. So we'll start off with a trade, because I trade with Alex, Nintendo Arcade, great guy. I'm sure you know who he is. If you don't, I should put a link to his channel below. So he's basically a massive Nintendo collector like myself, big into his arcade games as well and console stuff, so I should put a link to his channel below. Now Alex already did his video, bless him, like as soon as he got the package from me, and me being busy, I just haven't had a chance and got around to this video yet, so apologies mate for the slight delay. So this is the stuff Alex sent me. Now we originally traded for two boxed Game Boy games and a Game & Watch, but he also threw in a little Brucey bonus, which was really kind of him. So I'm just going to turn some music down just a tad. Got a bit of background music on. So I'll show you the little Brucey he sent me first. It's really kind of him. So it's a Donkey Kong puzzle. One of those like sliding match. You got to match the picture up. Now this is brand new. It's dated 1982 at the bottom. And I remember seeing this around his house when I went round to visit him last year. I remember seeing this. And I never thought for a minute he'd ever send it me. So that's really, really kind of you, mate. I really appreciate you sending that in the box. You didn't have to give me anything extra. I was happy with the bits we agreed, but equally really happy about that. Now, I've actually got behind the camera, I've got like, my shelves have changed them, as always. I've got like a Donkey Kong shelf, so I'm hoping that what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this on the Donkey Kong shelf, and I shall show you guys the setup at a later date. So that is going to go on my Donkey Kong shelf. So mate, thanks very much, appreciate that. So we shall put that to one side up there for a minute. Right, so these are the bits we originally traded for. So one of them was a Game & Watch. It's loose, it's got a little bit of damage on it, but you know, it's a trade. I'm happy with it, it's fine. You know, it's not one that I'm overly bothered about having like box complete or anything else. The ones I've got box complete, I will go and buy. But if I can get stuff in a trade that's loose, I'm happy with that. So there's yes, I've got batteries in it actually. So that's the inside. Now I have no idea how to play this game properly. Now I've tried and I can get to the top, but I can't work out how you get past here. So I'll have to look at perhaps a YouTube video or something to work out how to do it. But yeah, I haven't put a great deal of time into it, if I'm honest. It's kind of sat on the side waiting for me to do this video. So it works. So it's got the serial number, the battery cover, which is all important. You know, just add a bit of use, but that's cool. I'm happy to add that to my ever-expanding Game & Watch collection. Got quite a few now. We'll probably do like a dedicated Game & Watch collection video at some point in the future, so keep an eye out for that. Right, let's put that down there. Okay, so, and again, the games we traded for. We'll start off with the original Game Boy Game & Watch Gallery. So it's box complete. A little bit of wear on it. But again, getting anything like this is, you know, it's getting harder and harder to find decent stuff nowadays. But Alex, I'm happy to, you know, trade the stuff my way, mate. I was happy to get these. Like I said, I love my Game & Watches, and to be able to play them on the SNES Super Game Boy, so look, it's all there. I'm not going to get all of them out, but it is all there in the instructions. So this one, the original one, if you're interested, it has got Manhole, Fire, Octopus and Oil Panic. So 4 classic games for the Game & Watch Gallery. So that's the first one. And the sequel for the Game Boy Color, so that's Game Boy Game & Watch Gallery 2. Again, it's all box complete, a little bit of wear, but we're happy with that. Right, so the games on this one, what we've got here, right, 5 games. So Parachute, Helmet, Chef, Vermin and Donkey Kong. So that's awesome. I haven't got any of those on actual electronic games. So that's really cool to have the set of them on there, so I can play them for the time being until I get my grubby hands on the actual Game & Watch itself. So Alex, I appreciate the trade. Now Alex obviously done his video, so go and check out the stuff that I traded him for those. There'll be like a few videos back in his list now, because again I've kind of held off, not done this video for about 4 or 5 weeks since he's done his video. So yeah, again mate, thanks so much for the trade, and I'm sure we should do trades in the future. Right, so next thing is another item that I bought off of another YouTuber. So this is off of Dahl, Retro Godfather. Haven't seen Dahl since Blackpool last year. He's done the odd video here and there, but he mentioned this to me, this game, at Blackpool last year, and said would I be interested in buying it. And I said, yeah, I'll be interested in that. And I kind of like forgot about it. And then when I was actually playing on the console, and I then pre-ordered the soundtrack to one of the games, so you're going to get an idea what I'm on about now. I remembered about the game that he said, oh, I've got it if you want to buy it off me. So I messaged him. I said, oh, have you still got, you know, this game? He said, yeah, no problem. So we've done a deal and I bought it off him, and I'm really happy to add this one to the collection, so it completes the trilogy for the Sega Genesis, and that is Streets of Rage 3. So I've played this through and completed it on easy, so you don't get the good ending. And I tried it on hard, and I can get to, I think it's the 3rd level, where you got the 2 girls as the boss, and that fucked me up, and that annoyed me. So I died there, and that was the end of it. So yeah, it's rock hard on hard, but again, I do need a bit more practice. So it's all there, it's all complete. I've got the note in there that Dal sent me as well. So really happy with that, mate. Thanks for sorting that out for me. And yeah, sorry it took so long for me to get my arse in gear and get it off you, but yeah, really happy with that. So it's all there, hang tab, original Genesis version. So that completes my Streets of Rage trilogy. So that's awesome. Let's put that up there. I'll tell you what, I might as well show you now, because we're on the Sega theme. So if you don't know, Data Discs have just released their latest version. This came yesterday, picked it up at the post office this morning, and that is the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack. This is the it's not the limited edition splatter version. It's the one, like the mid-range one, which is the smoke vinyl. The limited edition had the smoke and the splatters, but that sold out within 2 hours of me getting to the computer to pre-order it. So I missed out on that one, unfortunately. But happy with this. Now I have just literally recorded an unboxing video for this. Unboxing, but as I opened the package from the post, pardon me. So I've already uploaded that, so I'm probably going to literally upload that first, then this video. So you've probably already seen it. Pardon me, to be honest. But I'll show you inside. I mean, that is like pucker, isn't it? Oh, we're going backwards, look. Brilliant. But I've done an unboxing of this, so go and check out the video for that. And I'll play the first track on the side A as well. So really happy to grab that Streets of Rage 2 vinyl. So I'm actually going to stick that down with the other one, where I keep all my vinyl now. So that's that out of the way. Don't want to damage it. Right, next up, let's go with, okay, electronic handheld game. So I've upgraded, this goes right back to Christmas time. So I had a loose version of the game, and this one popped up in its blister pack. It's open and used, but I've got the first one, the blister pack, and I had this one as well back in the day. I'm really happy to, as soon as I see it, I thought, oh, I've got to have that in its packet. Wicked. So it's the Konami Turtles 2 handheld game. So it's still got the clear thing that goes on the screen, which is cool. Now this one is really good. The first one's good, but this one, it's a lot more playable. Yeah, really good little game. And I should probably do like an unboxing, but you know what I mean. I'll get it out and play it. I'll do a video on this at some point. I know I keep saying I'll do these videos, but I will get around to it. All these like handheld games and stuff. But you get an idea of the screenshot there. It's a really good game. Now, Stu, Ninja Bear Hug, I don't know if you're watching, but I did send you a picture on Twitter of the loose one. In fact, I've got it here to show you. I'm not sure if you're watching, mate, but that's my loose one. And I know you're onto your handhelds. I was going to send it you, so I did send you a picture on Twitter, so let me know about that. Right. side thing over with. Let's get back to it. So yeah, so Turtles 2 handheld game. We got 2 in the UK, which is the first one and this one. Turtles 3, this is Splinter Speaks, no, yeah, so it's Shredder's Last Stand, I think it's called, if I remember rightly. That come out in the States, and it's like a dark green, so I'm missing that one. I have had it about 10 years ago, but maybe get it again, I don't know. But these are the 2 that I had, so I'm happy to grab that. Love the backing card, nice, like the light Konami silver stripe artwork on the back, which you can't see because the game's in the way, but quality little game. So that is that. Let's put that out there. Okay, where do we go now? Oh my god, it's a whole mixed bag of stuff. Right, this must be at least 2 months ago. Right, so basically Amstrad GX4000, I've got the game come with it and 3 other games, Batman, Navy Seals and Switchblade. Then on eBay, a load of these sprung up. So this is World of Sports. I know it's nothing fantastic, but basically a whole batch of these was found, like new old stock. These were listed on eBay. I can't remember the name. Is it Attic Bug? It's one of them sellers that sells loads of old like 8-bit games. Bought them loads of times. So this popped up, and they'd sold quite a few, and there's a few left. I thought, oh, it's brand new. I mean, I've opened it, but it was brand new, and I thought, well, for 20 quid delivered all in, for a brand new GX4000 game, there's not a massive library, so I thought, why not? And I'll say it came new. I sliced the thing open, and I mean, it's got that real toxic smelling plasticky smell, the old Amstrad game smell of, and it's yeah, it's brand spanking new. Obviously I played it, but yeah, really happy to add another game to the GX4000 library. I'm only really after Pang. I want Pang Box Complete. I'm trying to find it. It hasn't appeared as far as I've seen, or if it has, I've missed it. But I do keep looking. I know Chris Novabug is also on the prowl for that one, so it's kind of a race to the finish. Who finds it first? But yeah, I do want Pang and Robocop 2 maybe. But yeah, only a few games that system I want. So I was happy to add this one just because it was 20 quid and it was brand new. I thought, why not? So that is World of Sports, Amstrad GX4000. I shall put that to the side. Okay, where should we go next? Okay, so a cable. So I bought this again around Christmas time. So this is an RGB SCART cable for a PS1. Now, I've got the Castlevania games for the PlayStation 1. One of them got for Christmas, the Chronicles, and I got Symphony of the Night last year as well for Christmas. And they look so cool on the PVM. I thought, you know, the composite, weren't feeling it. Forked out for the RGB SCART. So this is from Retro Gaming Cables. So this is the C-Sync. You see that? So basically, this is the best one. This is the best picture you're going to get on an original PlayStation, and it looks just amazing. Like, honestly, the picture quality, scan lines, the lot, it's brilliant. So I highly recommend. If you're like, I'm not saying I'm like what's the word, like a picture freak or whatever, but I do want the games to look their best on the old school monitor, you know what I mean? And I think if you really want to have it looking good, you need a decent cable. I mean, when it came out, it had RF. I think I had the RF connection when I first had my PlayStation 1, and then I had the composite AV lead. I think I got that for the PS2 bundle, and then this is out, so I've got this, and it's like night and day. So if you love your PS1 and you like playing your old school games on it, get yourself an RGB SCART cable. It looks good on the modern TV as well, but it does look better on a CRT, definitely. So Retro Gaming Cables, there's a couple of versions. This one I think is more suitable for the monitors, but there's a different version I'm sure would suit like every other domestic TV. So RGB SCART cable, really happy to have that, and that makes the games look amazing. Let's move it over there. Right, okay, so I'll go over a few Spectrum games. Now, I'll tell you what, right, I did a video, I recorded it about 3 weeks ago, I've got a massive bundle of Spectrum stuff in a local game shop. I did a video. It's pissed me off because it took me over an hour to do it, and I literally did it live. Like, I picked it up, I brought it home here, left it, obviously did my shit in the house, came out to do the video, and literally went through it live. So you saw it as I saw it, and it's pissed me off because I've tried uploading it 3 times. So the whole video is like 67 minutes long, and what happens is it uploads the first like 15 minutes and then it fucks up. So I tried deleting it, uploading it, and I'll get 7 minutes, then I'll get 12 minutes. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but the file's fucked. So it's really annoyed me because I wanted to show you that video. And yeah, I can't find it in the heart of me to go through it and do it again. And it's upset me because the magic of the genuine surprise of seeing what I get is kind of gone, because I've got it on my phone, but I can't upload it. But I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to try and see if I can find a way around it. I don't know. But I did get a massive Spectrum bundle, so yeah, we'll hold pause on that one. But I have bought another few little games the past few weeks, so I'll show you this little pile here. One of them, one loose game. It's a game I've already got. I bought it off Monkey Spaz because when I sold him my original bundle, and I then bought another Spectrum again, I asked him to buy a couple of games back off him, some of my original childhood ones that I really wanted. And this game don't come up for sale very often, and this is the first time I've seen it since I bought it off of him. So I thought I'd grab it. It was £3, and it was a spare copy of Miami Chase. It's in fantastic condition. It's basically like the original GTA, like the top-down view. This is kind of like GTA before GTA, if that makes sense. It's just like it, and it's quite hard to find. But yeah, I really want this because this is one of the first games I bought back in the day in the newsagent. And I haven't got a spare. And with the specky stuff like tapes, it's always good to have the odd spare of your favourite, because they are, like, you know, pushing 30 years old. Yeah, and you know the shelf life of cassette I think is what, 15? Is it 15 years? It's something like that. 20 years. So it's done well. It still works. So happy to have a spare for £3. Now I picked up this little bundle for one game in particular. 2 of them I don't own, and 1 of them I already own. So it's a bundle of 3, and the one game on its own, people are asking silly money for it, and I got a good deal on the whole bundle. I think it was like, I think it's £10 all in. So the game I really wanted was Midnight Resistance. So to buy this, there's someone overseas selling it for £15, I think, last time I checked, and I thought, I'm not paying that. And then this bundle came up, and I thought, well, I'll have a stab at it, and I won it, so I was really chuffed with that. So, Midnight Resistance, classic ocean game, box complete, working. Second game that I haven't got, which obviously I now do have, is Narc. Another classic ocean game. And a game I've already got, but, you know, I don't mind having a spare of it in the big box. And that is Shadow Warriors. And it's in really lovely condition as well. So I do have one of these, but again, it's a spare. It's not going to take up a huge amount of room. So 3 specky games for a tenner. Happy with that. So that's the Spectrum stuff out of the way. Let's just wet the whistle. Right. Okay, so let's show you. Okay, I've got some Xbox 360 stuff. Let's get that out of the way first. Now, you might notice I put a video up the other week of me playing DJ Hero. I just kind of like had the urge, because I had DJ Hero, Guitar Hero, and the Beatles Rock Band kit about, well, I've had it about 8 years ago, but I sold it 5 years ago, before, just as I moved here. I sold it all off. It took up so much fucking space, like the massive like drum kit box. And we used to play it like at Christmas and that, like my missus and kids and that used to play it. But when I moved here, it took up so much fucking space, I got rid of it, and I got sick of playing it. But I had the urge to play DJ Hero again. I don't know why. I just wanted to play the songs. I know the songs are really good. So I went onto CEX website and I bought the Renegade edition. So that video that I put up, you could see like it's like a black deck with the gold buttons on. Now the story is that, obviously I bought that thinking I'd get the whole kit, like in the case, and it comes with all the legs and everything with it. So I purposely ordered that one because that's the one I wanted, but you know, CEX being CEX, and bearing in mind this is, I think, the first time I've ever ordered anything online through them, so I took a chance. So I bought this set for 15 quid, and it turned up, it's pile of shit. So I didn't get any case, any stand, the deck was in grubby condition, the game was in shit condition. I thought, I'm not having this. So I tested it, I played it, did the video, I thought, you know, I want to play the game, but I'm not happy with the condition. So I emailed a complaint to CEX, which they replied about 3 or 4 days later on, and said, if you're not happy, take it back to the shop and you get a full refund. So I thought, right. So drove it to my nearest branch, told them the situation, showed them the condition. I mean, it was grubby. The little flap on the top of the deck had snapped off, and there's bits wrapped around inside. I mean, it was totally unacceptable. There was corrosion in the battery thing. I thought some joker has packed that, and packing it as I mean putting it in a fucking jiffy bag. It came in a jiffy bag, literally in a big jiffy bag. That was it. I thought this shambolic. So I wanted a refund. Now, while I was in the shop, on the shelf, right, I shit you not, they had a boxed one up on the shelf in the CEX, and it was the second one. It was DJ Hero 2. So I said, can I have a look at that one? How much is it? I couldn't believe the price of it, right? So they pulled it down. So I paid 15 quid for this Renegade edition, which was basically just a loose deck and a jiffy bag, which was in shit condition. And they pulled this down, right? DJ Hero 2, boxed, right? Check it out. £3.50. Now, you can't argue. £3.50, and I'll tell you what, I mean, the deck's over here. Let me just grab it, hang on. It is in like brand new condition. It's perfect. I know it's not that interesting. It's, you know, old hat now. But this was snapped off the other one. £3.50. Fucking, you're not gonna get it for any cheaper than that, unless you go and pick it up at someone's house. You're not gonna get it on eBay. The postage should be about a tenner. So £3.50. I thought I'll take that all day. So I got my refund and then bought that for £3.50. So happy day. So I grabbed that, and then while I was in there, I grabbed some other games just because I like them and I've had them before. And again, I sold these about 5 years ago, but I was had the urge to want to play them again, and they were there. They were averagely priced. I thought I'd grab them, and that was Saw. So I love the Saw films. I've got the box set. I love the Saw games, and I sold them about 4 or 5 years ago. Don't ask me why, but now I want to play them again. So Saw 2 and Silent Hill Downpour. So I've got Silent Hill Homecoming, and I've got Downpour, and I've got the HD collection as well. So that now completes that set. So that's the Xbox 360 stuff. Do you know what? I haven't bought a 360 game for so long. It's been a long time, so that's a nice little splurge there. Right, what else we got? I'm coming up with some really good stuff. Real good stuff in a bit. Nintendo stuff. Let's get to some Sega bits. These bits I got today. So in my local game shop, went in there. They posted some pictures up on Facebook of stuff they had. So I went in the store today and said, have you still got them? They said, yep. So I snatched these. So I got myself a spare Master System controller. So in the Master System set I've got one controller here, which I use because it's decent. The other one is knackered. I think this bit is broken off. It's in the box. So I've only got one controller for the Master System. And they're getting quite hard to find decent working ones, I think, now. So I grabbed that. And also, another thing I wanted, I've got myself a boxed arcade power stick. Now this thing is mint. Now the box is a little bit squashed, but the actual joystick, right, I've been playing with it today, playing with Streets of Rage. A little bit of dust on it, I haven't cleaned it. It's still fucking plugged in. Hang on. You get the idea. I mean, look, I think you see that. But a lot of these I see on eBay are all scratched up. And this one is in really lovely condition. Real nice. It's not micro switch, but it works a treat. And I've been playing Streets of Rage 3, and I played Fire Shark and Truxton with it. Awesome. Well worth getting one of them. So yeah, arcade stick. You've got to have an arcade stick for your consoles. Love it. So really happy with that. So that's the Sega part of the pickup. So now let's get to the NES games. NES games and 2 SNES games, and then we're done. Okay, NES stuff. And okay, so the first 3 come from my local game shop. This one I got first. I've had this one, must have been January, February. So it's loose cartridge, so I've got some loose NES carts, just because they're in the shop and I wanted them. And I think I traded. Hang on. I traded for this next 2, right, we'll come to that. I bought this one and it's Mega Man 3. So, do you know what, I've never played Mega Man 3 before. I've only played Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2. I sold my Mega Man 1 a little while ago. Still got Mega Man 2 because that's my favourite one. Never played Mega Man 3. I thought it's in my local game shop. I haven't got to go on eBay. I haven't got to mess about. Supporting the local business. Why not? So I grabbed myself Mega Man 3. Soundtrack's awesome. You know, classic Capcom platform game. What else is there to say? So really happy to grab that one. So the next 2 I grabbed from the game shop, and I traded in my NTSC copy of Street Fighter 2 Turbo and 2 Saturn games. I think one was Manx TT Superbike and Sonic something. I can't remember. I thought I'm never going to play them, so I traded them in, and in return I got Captain Planet. Never played it before, and I got it basically just to use up the credit for the trade. So I got it because I've never played it. I thought, why not? So Captain Planet and Battletoads. Now I think I did have this. I did have this a little while, maybe a year or 2 ago, and I traded it in, but I've since now bought it back. Really wanted it back, and again it was in the local game shop, and I thought, well, why not? So Battletoads and Captain Planet. Now next game. So the story behind this game is I had the American cartridge, and I did a trade with Andy Hug, 8-bit Andy, and he sent me some Resident Evil games for the GameCube, and this trade went on for kind of ages. I kind of was waiting to buy the box complete copies to replace the stuff I was sending him, and it got to the point where I hadn't got around to buying the games boxed, and the trade was kind of dragging out. I felt a bit guilty, so I was basically sending the games that I had really agreed he could have anyway. Pardon me. And I wanted to play one of the games again, and I haven't got around to buying it back in the States. And then this one popped up on eBay, and he had it listed at 20 quid. Buy it now. And I thought, I'm not paying 20 quid for this cartridge, and so I'm just not. So I waited, and then he relisted it down to 15, and then that ran a whole week. No one bought it, and then he relisted it for a tenner, and I thought, for 10 quid delivered, I'll take it, because it's a quality game. I just wanted to play it. It's a PAL version, not bothered, play exactly the same, and it's the classic Gunsmoke. This is a brilliant game. If you haven't played Gunsmoke, I highly recommend it. It's basically a vertical scrolling shooter. So it's constantly scrolling upwards, and you basically got your cowboy, and you got to shoot like, B shoots left, A shoots right. If you press both buttons, it shoots straight forward, and it's a brilliant little game. So it's a Capcom classic, one of the first games I think on the NES, if I remember rightly. So highly recommend it if you will get yourself this game. Yeah, it comes Retro Dave recommended. Gunsmoke. So for a tenner, that was a bargain. I think this sells a little bit more than that normally, like loose, but I think he got sick of relisting it, and I just snapped it up. So this will do until I get a box copy anyway, because I just want to play the game. So there we go. Right, so now we're going to go on to the last 2 items. Yeah, really good games. Yeah, let's just get straight to it. I've already undone the central cases so I can show you where we're at. So this game. So the story behind this game is my best friend at school had this game. So it's not a game I used to own, but when we used to go in his house, I used to love playing with him. 2-player, we always played 2-player. Balls hard game. Yeah, and I haven't owned it since, it must be 2005, 6 maybe. And when I sold my original collection back in 2009, yeah, end of 2009 when my daughter was born, that's the last time I owned it. So I'm happy to have this game, box complete, and it's Battletoads in Maniacs, and it's in really nice condition. This one it's gone up in price now. It has crept up in price. Beautiful condition. I think I might have overpaid slightly. It was on auction, but I think this cost about 65 quid. It was something like that. It was about £60, and it sells for between 50 and 60, so it might have been 66, like 5 quid over, but really wanted it. It's still sealed at one end here, not that that is overly important, but it's in fantastic shape. So it's fully complete. Cartridge is beautiful. So it's the PAL version is the one that I used to play, the purple box, hence why I went for the PAL one, not the American one. Really happy with that. So Battletoads Maniacs, quality game, quality soundtrack, quality graphics, but it's hard. And I can get as far as the turbo tunnel, and that's it, and I get fucked off. So it's really hard. So turbo tunnel is as far as I can get, but I'm determined to get past it. I don't think I've ever got past it. I don't think me and my mate even got past it. So Battletoads Maniacs, quality game. Right, next up is a biggie, big game, classic SNES game. Now this for me was an upgrade. So I saw this and it was listed on a 30-day listing, and it'd been up less than an hour. It still had like 29 days, 23 hours. It was literally just gone on. Right, it's a case of right place, right time, all that kind of thing, right? So I see it and immediately thought, oh my god. I mean, I just thought I've got to buy it because, you know, I have to. It was on offer. It was £150 or best offer, I think. 160, 150, anyway. I got it for 140 quid, if I remember right. Yeah, I think it's 140 quid. So again, it's just to upgrade what I've already got. And I sold my copy to Andy, 8-Bit Andy. He's already done a video on it. So if you've seen his video, you're going to know what this is done. Get this out really carefully because you'll see why in a minute, so I don't damage it. I did put a picture of this up on Instagram, and my Instagram link is on the front of my YouTube page, so you can check through some old pictures if you're interested. So I got, it's basically, it's not sealed, but it's open one end, right? One of my favourite games of Super Nintendo, and I'm so happy to have it in this condition. And it's Zelda, A Link to the Past, and it's still got the Nintendo strip on. I'm being so careful not to break it. Obviously, it's beautiful. I mean, it's got like a tiny little ding. I mean, it's, you know, it's going to happen, isn't it? You know, it's a used game. Now, it's open this end. You can see like this is torn here. That's how I got it, which is fine. It's got a little bit of damage just up here, but you know, it's and there. But at the end of the day, for the age of it, I mean, look at it. It's still in the wrapper and it's beautiful. The box is beautiful. I mean, the version I had, don't get me wrong, it was in good condition, but it was, yeah, it's worn. And this is one of my favourite Super Nintendo games, and I had the opportunity to upgrade it, and I just went for it. You know, and I think I'd be silly if I tell you what, if I'm confident that if I hadn't have bought it when I did, I reckon that would have sold that day. I'm almost certain of it. I've sealed copies of this game sell for about 700 quid if it's sealed. Obviously this is open, but it's still got the packaging on, so it's mint, and inside it's absolutely mint as well. Let's see if I mean, it's in its bag. You know, there's not a mark on the manual, the map, the secrets thing. Yeah, so I was really happy. I know I paid a lot of money, £140, a lot of money for a game, but I mean, it's Zelda, Link to the Past. I mean, it's like an essential purchase, and I was happy to pay the price to have this game in this condition. Yeah, so it's basically gonna stay with that wrapping on, because it's just so beautiful. I love it. I love the box art. I love the gold box. It's just such a fucking classic game. You know, you owe yourself, if you've got a Super Nintendo, you need this game. Whether you have it loose or boxed, you just need to play it. It's such a good game, and I'm just really pleased to have this in this condition in my collection now. Yeah, so really happy with that. So that, guys, concludes pickups for this time. I shall carefully put that back in the box Tetra in a minute. So I have got 2 other things that I'm going to do a video, 2 other SNES games I'm going to do a video on it, and they're they're big titles, but they're due in the post, so they're kind of coming up for next month. Yeah, one's been imported, so we've got to wait for that to turn up. So that is basically everything that I haven't shown you, apart from the Spectrum games I mentioned. That's it. So I've got 2 SNES games to show you next time, so keep your eye out for that video. Yeah, that is it, guys. So where's my little thing? Right, so yeah, thanks for watching. I know it's been a bit of a random one. It's late and I'm full of sugar. It's 12:30, so I've had to get myself some energy to get this video done. So now I'm going to chill out and go and play some games. Thank you for watching, and I shall catch you in soon for another video. Take it easy, guys.